Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm Jamie Michael Joseph, and this is the first video of the kind of in-depth videos from my top 5 trends, tips, predictions for 2019. So the first one that I mentioned was SEO, so search engine optimization. It's all about showing up in Google for search results that you want to be found for. And I basically said about how there was a big update around about 6 months ago, nicknamed the Medic update. It impacted the health industry quite a bit, and I think it's going to impact other industries. Okay, and the reason for this, let's just get into a little bit more. I can't think now how much I went into it in the trends video, but voice search is something that's on trend in America. Okay, it's kind of come over here as well. We've got the Alexa, we've got the Google Home, and people are using that to do certain searches. Okay, a lot of people are using it to play music and get the weather, that kind of thing. And that's really where the Medic update, I think, came into it, because Google wants to give the best results to its customers, which are us. We go to Google to search for a kind of question, some sort of issue that we have. We want an answer for it. We go to Google to find the best solution, and Google wants to give us the best solution. Now, there's a lot of rubbish online. Okay, if any of you watched the Apprentice, you see the guy who made it to sort of like the top 3. He said about how on his website he had sold over 1 million units, when the truth was he had sold about 3,000. Okay, so Google's kind of clearing up that kind of stuff, and I see that happening in social media as well, but we'll get into that in a later video. But Google is trying to clear things up to give the best solution to its customers, and this is where the Medic update impacted the health industry, because if Google starts handing out the wrong information when it comes to health, it's a bit of a problem. There's all this everyone kind of says if you have an issue and you Google it, you're dying. Yeah, is that kind of thing. So it wants to give you the proper answer. And I can't remember if I mentioned this in the video, but if you were to ask it, if you were to say, hey Google, what temperature should I heat this baby's food to, and it tells you some wrong answer, which is way too hot, we don't want that. Okay, we want the best answer. So it wants to give us the best answer, and that's why it impacted the health industry. But I feel it's going to impact other industries as well. So the likes of the local plumber, we want to make sure that they're gas safe registered, whatever it is now. We want to make sure that the financial advisor is qualified. We want to make sure anything that we're using, really, the mechanic and stuff like that, is trained. We want to make sure that Google want to make sure they're giving us the best user experience. Okay, so how can we make sure that from SEO we give the best user experience to our customers in Google's eyes? And we basically do that by ticking so many boxes. Okay, and that's basically been the case for SEO for the last kind of several years. I say several years, since 2012. Google wants to make sure that we are who we say we are, and we're giving the best advice that we can. So how do we do this? Well, there's basically 2 sides. You have your on-site and you have your off-site. Your off-site is basically your links coming back to you and your kind of information away from the likes of your website. And then your on-site is kind of the content on your website. Now, you hear a lot of people, especially content producers, creators, producers, whatever the right word is, would tell you that the likes of blog posts are beneficial for SEO. Okay, and that's true. That's great advice, but that's not the whole answer. Okay, because there is some kind of the back end kind of system of your website that you have to make sure is all linked up. Okay, and you kind of have you get some people that will use the likes of Yoast SEO plugin for WordPress, and again, that's great, but that's not all that we need. So if you're not showing up in the right places for what you want to on Google, then speak to a professional who deals with SEO to help you gain those rankings. But I'm going to give you a few bits of advice to help you. So if you were to Google your business name, as long as it's not something, I was going to say something not weird, if if you Google your business name and it's not the likes of a service, then you're probably going to be dominating the front page of Google. Okay. However, if you search for the kind of service that you offer, then it's probably a case of there's a lot more competition and you may not be showing up. And this is where you really need to kind of structure your data within your website to make sure that you show up for different keyword search phrases within Google so that you're ticking the right boxes for SEO. And I appreciate I'm rambling a little bit now, but the best way to go about this really with the kind of content that you're producing is to make it specific to a certain type of customer that you're going after. Now, I did a great video on this on SEO about a month or so ago, and I compared it to a beauty salon looking for different customers. But I'm going to use another example, and we'll take the dog groomers that we've been mentioning in some videos on how we will get more customers for them. So you imagine if you take Bristol and you're looking for a dog groomer in Bristol, you're going to get millions of results that are going to come up. It's going to be quite tough to, get a foothold on that front page, without a lot of work going into it for a little while. And just to go a little bit left field on that topic there, about when I say about going after it for a period of time, there are certain tactics and companies out there that will use what's called black hat tactics with SEO, and it will give you a boost in the ranking, and then it will correct itself, and it might even penalize you for it. Okay, so you may even end up being hurt from that, because it's basically a case of, in Google's eyes, it will see you shoot up and it will then not see the consistency within that, and you'll be shot back down really. But if you're kind of doing it as little steps building up, it will see a trajectory going up and it will benefit you from that. So how can we be more specific? So for instance, just say if you were to take a breed of dog, we'll take a German Shepherd. Okay, they can have the haircut, right? So if we take a German Shepherd, if someone is typing in German Shepherd groomers Bristol, okay, there's probably going to be a tiny amount of search results for that. We're probably talking a few 100,000. A few 100,000 isn't small, I get that, but a lot of it is rubbish. It will never get onto the front page. So that kind of blog post or that kind of page that is all around German Shepherds is going to show up. Okay, so it's not the case of just saying that you're a dog groomer and you're looking for someone typing in dog groomer. And if someone types in German Shepherd groomers Bristol, they're probably a hot prospect. Okay, they're probably going to be buying. So we want to make sure that we tailor our kind of information to those kind of buyers. So we could do a few things as well around SEO. We can make sure that we're listed on Google My Business. That's going to give us some points. We can make sure that our social media pages are all done correctly with our business names. That's going to be showing up in the rankings as well. And all this stuff will give us more, I guess one of the terms that gets used is Google juice. Okay, so it's going to give us more power for the kind of business that we have to be showing up. But I think with going back to the kind of trend that we're seeing, is I think that the best advice that I could give people is to be real. Okay, just to be real about what it is that you offer, how kind of qualified you are. If you're new to it, don't say that you've been in it for 10 years, because there's going to be no other proof around it to basically prove that. You just want to be real with your customers, and you want to be real with Google. You want to use the proper course really to make sure that you're getting seen as being a go-to choice in their eyes. And Google will give a lot more preference to local businesses than it will to national businesses and big corporations. So in that respect, most businesses will work on a local radius. So there's a lot of customers out there, and tailoring the right kind of information to them so that you're showing up is really going to benefit you. So although I don't see voice search impacting businesses from the voice search point of view, I don't think people are going to be searching for a service from voice this year, no more than what they have been doing. But I do think it will impact you from an SEO point of view. Okay, so if you want any more information on that, get in touch with me. You could drop me a line through one of the platforms that this video is on, and I will get back to you. Okay, so I'm Jamie Michael Joseph. Take care.